Welcome to Crypto Alpha Edge, your daily dose of clarity in a market full of noise. Whether you're a pro trader, a data-driven investor, or just tracking the pulse of crypto, you've come to the right place. Every day we cut through the volatility to bring you the sharpest moves, freshest signals, and high-impact insights, all within the last 24 hours. Let's dive in. The day opened with modest pressure on the crypto market. The crypto market experienced a downward shift in momentum, with Bitcoin pulling back to the $105,000 to $106,000 range. After holding above $108,000 just a day earlier, the dip reflects renewed selling pressure. Ethereum and XRP showed relative resilience, with ETH trading just around $2,700, still holding on to its recent institutional-driven gains. Starting with Bitcoin, the flagship crypto dipped to the lower $106,000 range before moving toward $105,000. The RSI currently sits near 52, suggesting neutral momentum, but the MACD has crossed into bearish territory. Bollinger Bands are tightening, often a sign that a larger move is on the horizon. Volume remains elevated, supporting the view of increased short-term volatility. Support rests around $105,000, while resistance remains in the $108,000 to $110,000 zone. Ethereum continues to garner attention, climbing as high as $2,730 in the past day, before stabilizing around that level. The RSI is approaching 63, nearing overbought territory. MACD stays bullish for now, but signs of divergence are emerging on shorter timeframes. Bollinger Bands are expanding, often a precursor to heightened volatility. Institutional flows remain supportive, with volumes surging and funding rates turning slightly positive. If ETH holds above $2,700, the next resistance band stands near $2,800. XRP is trading in the $2.27 to $2.30 range, with little price movement over the last 24 hours. Its RSI is flat around 45, while MACD signals a slight bearish divergence. Bollinger Bands are narrowing, potentially signaling a breakout setup. For now, XRP remains in a tight consolidation phase. Over $150 million in BTC was moved to Binance and Coinbase in the past 24 hours, according to Whale Alert. Large ETH movements were also tracked. An old ICO wallet deposited 597 ETH to Kraken after weeks of dormancy. Sentiment reports a 13% rise in USDT exchange balances, suggesting whales may be positioning for high volatility. The top 100 non-exchange ETH wallets added a net 15,000 ETH yesterday, a sign of long-term accumulation. Cluster analysis indicates that most large wallets are holding with minimal reshuffling. This signals that whales are waiting for confirmation, potentially preparing for directional moves post-Friday CPI data. Japan's 40-year bond auction posted its weakest bid-to-cover ratio in 10 months, spooking institutional investors. Bloomberg reports that several hedge funds have begun rebalancing away from JGBs toward alternative stores of value. Crypto saw a 2.1% net inflow globally during the same window, a signal that BTC and ETH are gaining appeal as hedges. U.S. 10-year yields flattened after Powell's dovish comments, while gold remained neutral. This macro context reinforces the case for digital assets amid fiscal uncertainty. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF recorded a $409.3 million inflow yesterday, the highest single-day total in May. Total net inflows across all BTC ETFs surpassed $750 million this week, up 18% from the week prior. These metrics reflect continued demand from wealth managers and pension funds entering the crypto space. In Ethereum, CME futures open interest increased by 4.2%, and Grayscale's ETH Trust saw renewed buying pressure. Analysts from CoinShares suggest that this may reflect broader hedging ahead of next week's macro reports. So, let's wrap up. BTC remains in consolidation but holds above key support. ETH shows renewed bullish signals, testing $2,700 resistance. XRP awaits regulatory clarity. Any headline could trigger sharp volatility. Macro tensions and ETF inflows are the key drivers today. If you want signal, not noise, subscribe to Crypto Alpha Edge and join us every day.